This is the Watertown Planning Commission tonight, and we'll get underway here. Mike, lead us in a word of prayer, if you would.
Father in heaven, we thank you for this day and you bless us life and give us Lord. Thank you for the opportunity to assemble in the free country and to hopefully do the business of our friends and neighbors, Lord. We realize there are people today that are hurting and are suffering from loss of loved ones or sickness. We pray that you'll comfort them as only you can. We pray that you'll continue to bless this community and its people. Go with us if you do so in these sins.
Thank you, Mike. This is the February 16th meeting, by the way. It was postponed because of various issues we all know that we are struggling with. I'd like to ask everyone who thinks they might be testifying tonight on our issues before us to please stand and hold your right hand up if any of you folks think you will be testifying. Is anyone testifying? Okay, raise your right hand, Chris. I do solemnly swear, and quote your name, that the testimony I will give tonight is the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God. All right, very good. Well, let's get right to it. We have one item tonight. If you'd like to present the case and the recommendations that the staff has decided on. Probably be best to be heard there at the microphone. Chris?
Yeah, you don't have a microphone.
No, he doesn't.
There's a reason for that. The two ladies that work here don't have one. Every time they roll, they won't be heard.
All right, I have given you each a plat so you can reference kind of what I'm talking about, but I'll start with the recommendations. The applicant is seeking the approval of the City of Watertown to be able to subdivide their lot. The proposed lot is 0.23 acres and would meet the minimum criterion for a lot size in the City of Watertown, which is 7,500 square feet. The lot currently only has 70 feet of proposed lot width, and the minimum requirement for the City of Watertown is currently 75 feet. Staff has spoken with the surveyor, and he has stated that this can be moved to 75 feet without conflicting with the required setbacks for the existing home on Lot 3A. Also, an interpretation is needed by this board on whether Watertown will allow development off of a gravel/unmaintained road. The current road pavement ends at the eastern edge of this property. This property came before you in July of 2016 for a similar two-lot configuration, and the board at that time decided to not grant an additional buildable lot without the developer committing to paving the road in front of the lot to Watertown city standards. If this request is granted as is, without the applicant agreeing to move the lot width to 75 feet as opposed to 70, this would be a new lot of record created, and they would need to proceed to the Watertown BZO for a lot width variance before they are allowed to be issued a building permit. Speaking with the applicant and the surveyor, both of them seem to agree that they can move it to 75 feet, so if it does get approved here tonight, they would not need to go to the BZA. I can answer any questions you may have about it.
So, what's your recommendation insofar as approval on this?
As far as my recommendation, I left it open-ended because this did come before you in 2016, and it was not granted there.
And it was refused for what reason then?
Due to the road, the unmaintained right-of-way at that time in front of these lots was not paved. It was gravel, and it is an unmaintained right-of-way. We have unmaintained right-of-ways in the county as well. They are not honored the same. They're treated more of an easement as opposed to actual road frontage that you can develop off of.
So the only thing that you see with this is the fact that the road issue, the lots themselves,
The lots themselves will meet
are
standards.
acceptable
Yes,
under
sir.
our codes. Okay. Anyone else have any questions? Comments? Mayor?
We probably have some other spots in Watertown where there are some building lots, potential building lots on a, what did you call it?
Unimproved right-of-way.
Unimproved right of way. Approving this doesn't bother me.
Anybody else have comments, questions? The issue sometimes you come with these things, you set precedences that haunt you later on. What it would mean if we got into the road building business inside the city would mean that every time a subdivision popped up, we'd be developing the road. And the county doesn't do that. They let the developer do that. And I think that we have the road commissioner here with us tonight, and I think he could agree to that. So that is the issue before us tonight. Any other questions? Anyone else here with us tonight that have comments, questions?
The only thing I was gonna say, there's a lot.
Come to the, hold your right hand up if you're gonna testify. Do you solemnly swear
I solemnly swear,
that you'll tell the truth?
I'll tell the truth.
The whole truth?
the whole truth,
Nothing but the truth, so
nothing
help
but
you
the
God.
truth.
Okay, state your name.
Steve Murphy.
Okay, Steve. You're a road commissioner,
Yes,
county
sir.
road commissioner.
And I understand what you're saying on that. The only thing I was thinking, on the right side of her, if you're at her house, there's a extra lot. There's another lot. And that, I don't know, will somebody sometime or another wanna do something with that lot?
Is that the Bass property there?
Yes.
Yes.
It'd be on the right, it'd be, yeah. And that, you could, that was the only other issue, I was thinking, because eventually somebody's gonna come in there and wanna do something with that, and, which it would require of maintaining, or fixing a road.
It would. And it will fall to the city if that occurs if
Right.
you approve that.
But isn't this the right of way, going on across the hill there that we had in here 4 or 5 years ago, and they were talking about subdividing 12 or 15 or 18 lots?
I'm thinking that
Yes.
whether it was that or was it the road down by the water tank?
No,
It was the one up
It
there.
was there, yeah. Because they had talked to McKenzie about it at one time.
And we talked to them about, we talked
Extending that into that,
to build a road, and they
Yeah.
didn't want to do it,
they won't do it.
and they backed off of it.
I know when we paved it, the last time we paved it, no Shorty come up there and because we asked him, where do we go to? And he said, well, I don't really know. So we stopped there at that driveway. If we would've known, we probably would've backed
Yeah.
up further. But now Mr. Shorty, he said he didn't know, so we just started there before we started the asphalt.
Is that when y'all paved?
Is that when y'all paved them all back in the late 90s?
Yes.
So we don't know that that's not a right-of-way right there. We just know that's where you stop paving.
Right.
So even though this is a small area, Chris or someone tell me, let's suppose the property down off Priest Avenue becomes a reality and it becomes a small subdivision. Because we approved this unapproved area and accepted that responsibility, would we be on the hook for doing the road in that subdivision?
It would dictate on how much wheeling and dealing you and the developer at that time is wanting to do, because you're technically only legally allowed to make them improve the roads that touch their development. This would be to get to their development, but none of this road frontage is theirs.
Well, that on the north side, or would it be the south side, ain't that the same property?
You're talking if they develop out here, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about on the other side of the easement, because I believe that's all the same property, isn't it?
The Bass property?
No, it'd be, if you're at her house, looking across the easement, which would be the hillside, between the water tower, I believe that's all,
Yeah, I don't know that.
I believe that's all the same property. Now, I might be wrong, but I believe.
I don't know the answer.
If it is, that will fix your issue for this particular part.
Anybody like to make a motion on this if there are no further questions?
We're doing,
Yes, that's because the speaker's on that computer.
okay, all right. I'm gonna make a motion to approve.
All right, motion's made to approve. Is there a second? You second? All right. Any further discussion? Any opposition to this?
Are you approving it as
With subject to your recommendations. Yes. We have a motion made and seconded. All in favor say aye. Any opposition? Motion carries. Very good. Any further business before us, Chris, that you folks have?
I have nothing at this time. We will have another planning commission meeting before city council in the month of March. We have Bluebird Storage at the corner of Linwood and Sparta Pike coming before you for a site plan.
Okay.
On the corner there, the piece of property that's been there for years.
Correct. They're doing a site plan for the back part of the property. For Bluebird Storage, which I'm sure you're.
So our
familiar
next meeting will be, give that again to everyone, so we,
with. 5 p.m. the third Tuesday of March.
March 16th, March 16th. Now, I want to encourage everybody to come. We need everyone here. We've had a couple of cases where we locked up here because we were short votes. You don't like to do that. You like an up or down vote on things. And as you know, this has to go to the council, and we recommend, and they will approve this, and they can approve without our recommendation, but I think we shirk our responsibility here if we don't do one way or the other. So, okay, if there's no further business, I'll entertain a motion of adjournment. Motion is made. We are adjourned. Thank you, gentlemen. Ladies?
Yeah.